I wish to be the happiest person in the kingdom.
What would you wish for? If every wish came true? Not someday, not after years of hard work, but today. And what if I told you every wish had a price that nobody could see? The winter of 1372 was the coldest anyone in the kingdom of Eldermere could remember. Snow covered the roofs, the rivers froze, the wind howled through the narrow stone streets like a hungry wolf. In a tiny wooden hut at the edge of the kingdom lived a 14-year-old boy named Elias. Elias had nothing. His father had died years ago. His mother was sick. Most nights their dinner was little more than stale bread and water. Yet every morning, Elias walked through the forest collecting firewood with a smile that seemed far too big for someone so poor. Because he still believed tomorrow could be better, he just didn't know how. Until one evening, everything changed. The sun was disappearing behind the mountains when Elias spotted something glittering beneath the roots of an ancient oak tree. At first, he thought it was a piece of broken metal, but when he dug it out, he found a coin. Unlike any coin he had ever seen. One side showed a sun, the other showed an eye. The metal felt warm, almost alive. As he turned it over in his hand, a whisper drifted through the frozen air, not from the forest, not from the wind, from the coin, very softly, almost lovingly. One wish. Elias froze, his heart pounded. What? The whisper came again. One wish each day. The forest fell silent. No birds, no wind, nothing, just the coin resting in his palm, waiting. That night, Elias laughed nervously. Magic wasn't real. Everyone knew that. Still, he held the coin tightly and whispered, "I wish for a loaf of fresh bread." Nothing happened. He sighed. Then he heard a knock. A traveling baker stood outside. His cartwheel had broken nearby. As thanks for directions, he handed Elias a warm loaf of bread. Fresh, soft, perfect, exactly what he had wished for. Elias stared at the coin. The coin felt warm. The next day, he wished for medicine. Hours later, a merchant accidentally dropped a pouch of expensive herbs near his house. His mother began recovering. A week later, he wished for gold. The following morning, he discovered a forgotten purse buried beneath loose stones near the river, filled with silver and gold coins. Enough to buy food, enough to repair the house, enough to survive. Months passed. The wishes grew larger.
Please let my mother get well
a horse,
again.
a larger home,
Please let her be
fine
okay.
clothes, servants, land. Everything worked, every single time. And for the first time in his life, Elias felt powerful. But then, strange things started happening. The baker who had once smiled at everyone suddenly became bitter and angry. Children who used to laugh in the streets sat silently. Neighbors stopped singing while they worked. The kingdom itself seemed less joyful, as if someone had quietly lowered the brightness of the world. Elias noticed, but he pushed the thought away. Surely it had nothing to do with him, right? Then one morning he made his biggest wish. Standing atop the balcony of his grand new house, he whispered, "I wish to be the happiest person in the kingdom." The coin became hotter than ever before.
I wish to be
almost
the
burning
happiest
his
person
hand.
in the kingdom.
Then everything went silent, terrifyingly silent. For the first time, the coin spoke clearly, not a whisper, a voice, ancient, heavy, sad. Granted. The next day, Elias felt incredible. Nothing bothered him, nothing. Every problem seemed small. Every moment felt wonderful. He laughed constantly, smiled constantly, felt unstoppable. But everyone else looked miserable, far worse than before. His childhood friend Mara finally confronted him. She looked exhausted, broken. Tears filled her eyes. "Do you not see what's happening?" Elias stared. "What do you mean?" Mara pointed toward the village. No laughter, no celebrations, no joy, only empty faces. That night, Elias demanded answers. Holding the coin tightly, he shouted, "What have you done?" The coin answered immediately, as if it had been waiting. "Nothing." A pause, then, "You made the wishes." Elias felt cold, very cold. The coin showed him visions. Every wish he made had taken happiness from someone else. A little at first, then more and more and more. The bread, the medicine, The gold, the house, the happiness, nothing came from nowhere. The coin merely moved joy from one heart into another. Elias dropped to his knees. The kingdom had paid for every blessing he received. For the first time in months, Elias cried. Not because he was poor, not because he was afraid, but because he finally understood. His wishes had not made him strong. They had made him selfish, without realizing it. The next morning, he visited every family he could. He listened, he helped, he apologized. Many people didn't understand. Some were angry. Yet, he continued, day after day. Finally, he returned to the ancient oak tree where everything had begun. The coin felt heavier than ever, almost reluctant. The voice spoke softly. One wish remains. Elias looked toward the kingdom, the village, the people, his mother, his friends, the lives he had unknowingly damaged. For a long moment, he said nothing. Then he smiled. A real smile, the kind he had before the magic, before the wealth, before the wishes, and he whispered, I wish for everything to be returned. The coin trembled, the ground shook. A warm, golden light spread across the kingdom, across every street, every home, every heart. Then the coin cracked, once, twice, 3 times, and turned to dust. Spring arrived, the laughter returned, the singing returned, the happiness returned. The kingdom felt alive again. Elias was poor once more. His mansion was gone, his servants were gone, his riches were gone. Yet strangely, he had never felt richer, because now he understood something magic had never taught him. Happiness that is taken from others is never truly yours. But happiness built through kindness, patience, and hard work belongs to everyone. Years later, children still told stories about the boy and the wishing coin. Most believed it was only a legend, a fairy tale, nothing more, until one summer evening, far beyond Eldermere, in another village, in another generation. A young girl digging beneath the roots of an ancient oak tree noticed something shining in the dirt, a coin. One side showed a sun, the other, an eye. As her fingers touched it, a whisper drifted through the air, soft, patient, waiting. One wish, the end.